Alexa, add to my calendar for today from 5:30 a.m. to 6:30 a.m.
Sure, Stephen. And what's the name of the event?
Prepare closing documents for client 555.
That's prepare closing documents for client 555, today from 5:30 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. Just so you know, it's in the past. Should I still create it?
Yes.
Okay, I've added that.
The topic of this video will be how to use an Amazon smart speaker to track your billable time. Hey everyone, Steve here. The masthead of this channel is to help lawyers save time, money, and energy. Now, the inverse to that is helping lawyers make time, money, and energy. One of the best ways to accomplish that is to be diligent about recording all of your time. Now, the topic of this video is going to be how to use an Amazon smart speaker, your Google account, and you to record all of the work that you do. So here's a small story time. My first legal services job was at a small law firm in New Jersey, about 30 minutes outside of New York City. I was assigned to a senior partner at the firm who was a brilliant lawyer, and he knew the UCC, the Uniform Commercial Code, inside and out. But he was absolutely swamped, and he had trouble billing all of his time because he would jump from one project to the next, to an email, to a phone call. Things were going back and forth and back and forth, back to back, back to back. So when you do all of this work and you work 8 hours, 10 hours a day, but you have nothing recorded to show for it, it's almost as though you didn't work at all. So when I was hired on there, the law firm managers, the law firm administrators kind of quietly pulled me to the side and kind of whispered in my ear, you know, it would be great if you could just follow him around and just quietly record what he's doing, just so that we have some redundancy. I think I was 25 at the time. I was like, okay. And so I would have to kind of follow him around and jot down kind of the bigger things that he did. Now, I didn't shadow him, but if he was on a big call or something like that, and I knew that he was going to be on there speaking to a client, let's say client number 555, and he was going to be discussing a deal closing, that I would have to write that down, who he's speaking with, how long they were speaking for, was it a phone call, was it an email, whatever, things like that. Okay, so the lesson to be learned here, one of the best ways to be paid for all of your work is to record all of it. Now, one of the main advantages of using a smart speaker like this to record your billable time is that it leans into the human experience. At least I know that for me, my personal opinion is that when I'm done doing a big job, like cleaning out my garage, cleaning out my attic, tackling that mountain of laundry, it's always a mountain of laundry, right? It's never like a small little hill. It's always a mountain of laundry. You take a step back, you look at your clean garage, you look at your clean attic, you look at all of this beautifully folded, clean laundry, and you say, done, right? It's leaning into that, but just taking it one step further because it's a part of your job and there's a financial reward attached to it. So you finish off those deal documents, you finish off that big home closing or conference call, and then you say, okay, done. Alexa, I did this thing for the client from this time to this time, and the client matter number is 555. One of the other advantages of using a digital assistant, such as a smart speaker, is that you can be as direct and as blunt as you want. Now, when you're speaking to another human being, there's obviously rules of engagement here. When you're speaking to a smart speaker, you don't even have to look up. You could just continue doing your work and you just say, Alexa, do this thing, do this thing. I'm not saying that you should be rude or anything like that. I'm just saying that there are less rules of engagement here. Lastly, a digital assistant is always available 24/7. If you have an administrative assistant, they are not available 24/7. One of the drawbacks of using a system like this is that you do need to be a little bit more technically savvy to set it up. You do need an Amazon smart speaker, you do need a laptop, and you do need a Google account. You have to understand how to tie your Google account to your Amazon smart speaker. Personally, I didn't find it hard. I will include instructions on how to achieve that down in the description below. If you're interested in using this method to track your billable time, I will include a shortened link down in the description below. Please use that link. It helps me to continue creating content like this for free. My name is Steve. Thank you so much for watching. And remember, don't share passwords. If I ever get around to it one day, I will explain these vertical stripes and everything over here. There's a bit of an inspirational story behind it. If I ever get to it, I'll explain that.